Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over the 1 month performance of uranium. I know these things are coming down quite a bit. I'm looking at what companies are coming down the most and what are coming down the least. And maybe we can discern what investments maybe where the juice is worth the squeeze and the downside isn't as much as others. And other times, sometimes I go after what I would consider to be some of the largest pullbacks because you get the biggest discount. So it's a balance. It's hard to say that ones that are highly volatile, if they come back a lot and they're not giving you that juice on the upside, then why would you go after those? So we'll take a look here. I'll give you my financial opinion. It's just my opinion here. Please don't use it as advice or anything like that. And here we go. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to zoom way in. And what this is a 1 month, and I'm just looking at the price performance of this pullback. And if I look here, Encore Energy, this is the American crew. I call this the American crew here. Encore Energy is pulling back the least amount. It's down 15%. We've got Uranium Royalty Corporation at 25, about 26%. Uranium Energy, 26. UR Energy, 31. And Energy Fuels, 21. Now, if we have a further pullback, and I can't tell you if we are or not, sometimes you've got the leaders, and sometimes these like to blow out and do one last blowout end. Sometimes they don't. It's real difficult to tell, but looking at this, Encore Energy has been a huge outperformer of all compared to all the other companies on a long-term perspective and medium-term perspective, and it's being very resilient in this downturn. So that is a company that, if you want to buy kind of a leader or strength, I would say Encore Energy is one to look at. Uranium Royalty Corp's kind of been in the middle. It looks like it's in the middle of this pullback as well, and it's been a kind of middle to strong performer on the medium term and long term. So Uranium Royalty Corp is also another one that I would look at for investment. And then I know that Energy Fuels is a popular one where lots of money flows go into that from people, and same with UEC and URG. Looking at the African crew, this is kind of where I put the bulk of my money. I do have so I have an overweight in Encore Energy. I have an okay amount in Uranium Royalty Corporation. I don't have as much in the last three. The bulk of my uranium investments are in the African crew here. They're in Deep Yellow, Bannerman Energy, Goviax Uranium, Forces Metals, and Global Atomic. And Goviax has been the one that's gotten hit the most of this group. I'd say Deep Yellow and Global Atomic have been pretty resilient in this pullback. And Bannerman's, given its performance, has done very well on this downside because it's had a lot of upside. And I would say Forces Metals has also been pretty resilient. For me, I like this group of companies here. This is what I prefer. It seems like they're strong on the upside, and on the downside, they hold their own, especially given how volatile the upside's been, how explosive. And I think these are more high-cost producers, so I think they're going to do quite well at the when the uranium price goes up substantially. I think they'll do very well. This is the Canadian crew, and some of the Canadian crews have gotten smoked. We've got Camco down at 20%, Next Gen Energy at 27%, Fission Uranium 31% down, UEX at 39%, and Azincourt at 37.5% down. Of this crew, I own Next Gen Energy and Fission Uranium. I do own a little stake in UEX as well. This is more of the Canadian exploration crew, and this group has gotten decimated in comparison to some of the other companies. PurePoint Uranium's down 36%, Baseload Energy's down 34%, Canalaska's down 38%, Sky Harbor down 44%, and Standard Uranium down 54%. I own a little bit in each of these, and I do have a little bit of an overweight position in baseload energy. Coming on down here, looking at some more. ISO Energy is a Canadian exploration company. It's down 34%. That's been a very strong performer. In fact, it's been one of the top performing companies looking at the medium and short term. That one, here's your chance to get it at a discount. That would be one that I would be looking at. ISO Energy, ISENF, or I don't know what it is on the Canadian one. Laramide, down 30%. Boss Energy down 15%. That's pretty resilient. Peninsula Energy down 20%, and Lotus down 12%. Lotus is barely even experiencing a pullback in comparison to some of the other pullbacks in the companies. Looking at this one, we've got Western Uranium, Consolidated Uranium, Forum Energy Metals, Blue Sky Uranium, and Appia Rare Earth and Uranium. Western Uranium's getting hit pretty hard, 45% down. Consolidated Uranium down 15%. It's not really down that much. Forum Energy Metals, that's a exploration company up in Canada, 61% down. Blue Sky Uranium down 33%, and Appia Rare Earths down about 40%. So that's this crew here. I don't own anything in Western. I don't own much in Consolidated Uranium. I do own a little bit in Forum, a little bit in Blue Sky, and a little bit in Appia. Looking at this guy, Denison Mines down 25%, Centrus Energy down 31%, Lightbridge down 30%, Fission 3.0 down 20%, and North Shore Global Uranium, that's the URNM ETF, down 20%. I don't really own much in Denison. Centrus, I don't own any, or Lightbridge. I do own Fission 3.0, which is an exploration company, and given the performance, it's down 20%. That's pretty good for an explorer. And then North Shore, the overall ETF, is down. And if you guys are playing the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, it's only down 5.5%. And then URA is down 19%. So what would I do here? What are some of the companies that I think are good? Again, this is just my opinion, guys. You guys can do whatever you want. I would be looking, if I were to take my money and add some in, I would be looking at kind of ISO Energy. I don't own as large of a stake in it, so maybe I'll put a little bit more in there. And then I would go into the African crew of Deep Yellow, Forces, Goviax, Global Atomic, Bannerman. Like those companies there, I think are pretty good picks. UROY, if it comes back and we get some support somewhere, that might be another one that I would look at. Encore Energy is one, and it seems like the ones that I overweighted in the beginning, they seem to be doing pretty well. So I'd probably stick with those. Some of the other ones, I don't know if I'd be as apt to jump on them. Some of the exploration companies, I just have a little bit in them. That's what my plan was, and my strategy is to add a little bit in all these exploration companies and just kind of hold on. Would I be going after some of these ones that are down a ton? Maybe add a little bit in. If Forum Energy Metals, if that thing comes all the way down and finds some support somewhere, maybe I'd be enticed to put a little bit more into that as well. Try to get a really, really good price on it. So that's the 1 month, in my opinions, 1 month performance in my opinions on it. Again, it's just my financial opinion. Please don't, hold me to the fire. It's just opening up your eyes to what the performance has been for the 1 month on these. Obviously, I don't know the future performance of these. No one does. But if you've got some strong companies and they're pulling back, let's say they've gone up very strongly, they're pulling back just a little bit, that's showing some pretty good strength. And that's what I look for in some of the companies. If the companies aren't giving you the upside, but they're giving you all the downside, I try to skip out on those. So you're getting hit on the downside, but you got no upside potential. So I think the African crew's done very well with respect to that, and some of the other ones have done decent in the American crew, so to speak. But that's what I look for. If you guys like this analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.